with the Arizona Department of Forestry and Fire Management in strengthening the fight against wildfires by providing additional resources in managing our forests to protect Arizona's communities. The Arizona Healthy Forests Initiative not only promotes a healthier and safer Arizona, but it also equally expands the rehabilitative opportunities which enhance offenders' post-incarceration successful reentry and transition back to our communities. As with our other programs, this program will provide meaningful job skills training and on-the-job experience to develop the resumes of those who participate in this initiative. Each participant's responsibility for personal change is cultivated and developed in a way that they will be able to give back to the community through their skills they learn and use in helping to create a safer Arizona. The Arizona Healthy Forests Initiative is a great addition to our many existing programs which are focused on reducing recidivism by providing training focused on development of employable skills. This is a crucial component to assist the incarcerated population in securing employment and housing upon release, which are the leading factors in successful reentry. The inmates that are selected for this program are among the lowest risk offenders in our custody and are properly trained for the challenges they will encounter. In cleaning up hazardous debris, they will reduce wildfire risk and create healthier and more fire-resistant forests. I am grateful for the collaborative partnership we have shared with the Arizona Department of Forestry and Fire Management for more than 30 years. We look forward to building upon this success we have experienced with our inmate wildfire crews and the skills development benefits of this program provided to participants before they return to our communities. The commitment of our inmate fire crews and dedication to service is just as unwavering as the brave men and women who serve the citizens of Arizona each day and have chosen firefighting as their profession. This commitment is evidenced as we remember the 5 inmate firefighters and ADCR fire crew supervisor, Sandra Bachman, who lost their lives in the line of duty while fighting the Dude Fire near Payson, Arizona on June 25, 1990. The inmates who are currently part of the ADCR's wildfire crews are well trained and stand ready for this fire season. As crew members, they have been prioritized to receive the vaccine as part of the Phase 1B group prior to deployment. It is truly an honor for ADCR to be part of the historic initiative, and we look forward to working with the Department of Forestry and Fire Management on behalf of the great state of Arizona. Thank you, Governor.
Thanks very much, Director Shin. Really appreciate the partnership that you have in helping us give inmates new opportunities after they have served their sentence. I now want to hand it off to Senator Cena Kerr to discuss the importance of SB 1442 and the Healthy Forest Initiative, and thank her for spearheading this along with Gail Griffin through the legislature. Senator?
Good morning, and thank you, Governor. It's great to be here with everyone, and I'm so grateful for having the opportunity to work on this very important initiative. Not only will this help us be better stewards by protecting more of our beautiful landscapes and treasured forests in Arizona, but will also provide post-release opportunities for individuals serving time in Arizona correctional facilities. It's important that we provide the necessary resources to make the partnership between the Department of Forestry and Fire Management and the Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation and Reentry a success. This partnership will provide critical job skills for over 700 individuals while giving our state's land, wildlife, and communities the much-needed hazardous vegetation removal to help mitigate the damage and the danger caused by catastrophic wildfires. The skills learned through the programs will help inmates find jobs upon release, reducing recidivism across the state, and helping those who serve their time build better lives. We heard moving testimony from Krista during our Senate committee hearing on Senate Bill 1442 about the significant impact these programs have on individuals' lives. Over 30 former inmates now are gainfully employed by the state of Arizona, and we look forward to significantly increasing that number, as well as working with the Arizona Department of Corrections, Rehabilitation and Reentry, and Department of Forestry and Fire Management to identify future employment opportunities in this industry and around the state. The Healthy Forest Initiative is a real difference maker in the management of our forests and the incredible opportunity provided to inmates. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Senator. I'm also grateful for the leadership of Representative Gail Griffin on the Healthy Forest Initiative. It's, of course, a partnership. You need a leader in our House and a leader in our Senate, and I want to turn it over to the leader in the House, Representative Gail Griffin.
Thank you, Governor, and members behind me. This is a win-win for everyone. I personally was evacuated twice for wildfires in my area, so I know what the people in the communities go through when their properties and their pets and their individuals are challenged with fires. It is a win-win. Not only do we take care of the forest, national forest, we're set up for economies and water. And so with proper forest management, we do take care of both of those issues. Not only do we give second chances to wonderful people like Krista, education of these inmates that want second chances. So it is a win-win for the communities, it's a win-win for the environment and for the forest, and it's a win-win for the inmates that we will be taking care of and educating and training. So with that, I'd be happy to, I look forward to working with all these individuals to make this program a success. Thank you very much. Be nice. Excuse me.
Thank you, Representative Griffin, and again, thank you, Representative Kerr as well. So thanks to everyone that is helping prepare Arizona for this wildfire season. I also want to express my thanks to all the brave first responders on the fire lines. Arizona is grateful for your service. I encourage all Arizonans to keep these folks in your thoughts and prayers during wildfire season. And with that, we'll take some questions. CJ?
So we have limited time, so I want to make sure I get to everybody who asked a question. And with Representative Griffin's admonishment to Howie in mind, I also ask you all to be nice. Let's begin with Howie.
Okay. I'll be nice, Governor. Real simple question. You said after the election, it was conducted fairly, it was conducted accurately. Meanwhile, the Republicans in the Senate are prepared to count every ballot. What's your thought on going through a hand count of every ballot in the Senate?
We have a separate and co-equal government with checks and balances. So that's a question for the legislature. I've said what I've said on our election system here in Arizona. I've defended Arizona's election integrity. So I know there's a lot of discussion around this, and I'm not going to change my position at all. Part of the reason that gave me the confidence to defend Arizona is all the good reforms and improvements that we have had since 1992. In many ways, I think Arizona is a model state. I think we have a compendium of best practices in our state. Other states could benefit by applying what we already do here in Arizona. But we should never delude ourselves that we're perfect or we're no longer in need of improvement. I know there are some ideas around that in both chambers and certainly around the country. But in terms of what the Senate chooses to do as a separate branch, ask the Senate.
I guess the only question is, doesn't that feed the conspiracy that somehow something was wrong and that people were cheated?
I think we should do everything we can to build trust and rebuild trust in our democracy and our election system. Before I could give you an accurate answer on that question, we'll have to see what the results of the audit are.
Let's go to Mark Phillips.
Hey, Governor. Good morning.
Hi, Mark.
I'd like to ask you the COVID-19 question. So kind of a substantial announcement today with who gets to get a shot. What changed, if I may ask, from Friday when Dr. Chris had her press briefing and this morning?
So we get information, of course, every week on COVID-19. We get information every day. We're looking at these numbers both in the morning and the night, and it's not just Monday through Friday. I mean, this is Saturdays and Sundays as well. So basically what we're looking for is a demand for vaccines, and what we've been beating the drum on since January is supply. We actually have thousands of appointments available right now, which is the best market indicator that supply is starting to meet or outstrip demand. We also know we have a lot of vaccine hesitancy in our state and our country, along with some historical apprehension around getting the vaccine. So the best thing we can do is allow everyone that wants a vaccine to get a vaccine to help build that confidence. And because there was some slack in the system in terms of appointments available and now additional supply on hand, we can safely open it up and make sure the people that need the vaccine can also access the vaccine.
Is the Biden administration now giving you what you want?
They're doing better. They're doing better. We have a lot of demand. I will say we've had a really good relationship on the vaccinations. Of course, President Biden and Vice President Harris came and did a virtual tour of State Farm Stadium, the home of the Arizona Cardinals. They said it was a model situation for mass vaccination distribution, but we could be doing 60,000 additional vaccines, while what the federal government has offered from their end is 6,000 additional right now. So all we need is supply. We've built these mass vaccination sites, and they're not just here, they're in Pima County and Yuma County as well.
Sure.
Governor, you alluded a few moments ago to some of the proposed legislation regarding election. Now, all last year, you defended our system, as you repeatedly have done, saying we make it easy to vote and hard to cheat. Do you think we need to make it harder to cheat, and are you willing to make it harder to vote in order to do that?
Listen, I think every citizen, of course, should have access to the ballot. And yes, I think it should be hard, if not impossible, to cheat. So I've said that nothing in public life or private life is perfect. That's what we call reform. That's what we call continuous improvement. And I know there's ideas in the legislature, and while I don't comment on legislation while it's moving, I'm interested.
Are you willing to do things that would make it harder for some folks to vote in order to?
I think every American should have access to the ballot.
And one other question on the audit, do you think it's necessary? Do you have any concerns about it, such as
I've said what I'm going to say on that.
use?
Let's go to Dennis, and then
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up on that. You said that, the election, you were confident in the election, but you wanted to see the results. Why do you need to see results if an audit?
That's not what I said. I was responding to Howie's comment. He asked me about something that I don't intend to feed into, but to give an accurate answer, I'd have to see the results of what the Senate is well within its legal rights to do.
Do you think we need an audit?
Any new questions?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to come back to that point. Are you saying you support what the Senate is doing?
No, I didn't say that. You guys can replay the tape. You have a question on the wildfires, about border security, crisis at the border.
So how is the state preparing for the influx of new people wanting to get the vaccine? A lot of people have been having problems with the site itself. How is the state getting prepared for that? Because I've had a lot of people telling us that they're having load times and issues on the site itself.
So we've worked very hard to make sure that we've got the proper backup and resources so that we can handle the crush of people attempting to make appointments at azhealth.gov. We're also expanding phone capacity. I mean, we're at nearly 3 million vaccinations completed right now in a state of 7.2 million people. So somebody's figuring out how to access the vaccine. We do know that there have been frustrations and bumps in the road, just because every time we expand the population available, there's a crush of activity. That's why we're putting this out here right now, that if you're 55 years and older, there's thousands of appointments available right now. So go on or get on the phone and make your appointment, because on the 24th, that's going to expand to the general population 16 years and older.
Bob, Governor?
Yeah.
City?
Hi, Bob.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hey, it's kind of a broad question. So the President Biden's new COVID relief bill gives you control of almost $5 billion. You guys kind of got a couple of years to spend it, but it's almost $5 billion. You can't have that. Some of that money in order the legislature's looking at $1 billion. And then what are you going to do with some of that money to help average Arizonans?
So first, let me say that I think that the Relief Act that came through Congress is bloated. $1.9 trillion and over nearly $6 trillion in relief over this COVID year. There will be consequences and unintended effects from that. Of course, we're going to be responsible in the state of Arizona on how we administer these dollars. My top concern right now is, of course, COVID-19 and getting these vaccinations out, which on the vaccine side, we're having some real success, but we've got to get our kids caught up. They've fallen behind. Distance learning hasn't been good for those that have already been affected by the achievement gap. So we'll have flexibility around those dollars so that kids can have their skills replenished and accentuated. And if you read the guidance carefully, as we have, you can do what you are going to do at the state level and still spend those dollars. So we will not have policy in the state of Arizona that forgoes those dollars, but we can make our tax code more competitive, and that's in the legislature right now, and something, of course, that I committed to when I ran in 2014.
Now, a little bit of a follow-up. Now, what specifically are you going to do? I mean, you've spent a lot of your CARES Act money helping small businesses, but you haven't really spent it to help average Arizona. New Mexico just passed a law which would give tax relief to the lowest income people as opposed to the wealthy. California's done this similar with some of their CARES Act money. Do you propose giving some to average people who normally don't benefit from the big tax cuts that you enjoy?
So I would really challenge that we haven't focused on the most vulnerable over the last year. All of our discussion around the social safety net have been for those that have been displaced and who have lost a job through no fault of their own, along with small businesses. So that's how we're going to continue to think of the COVID-19 flexibility that we have around these dollars. And then I'm always someone who believes that the best tax policy is lower, flatter, and fairer for all of our citizens.
Peter, KCAL.
Thank you. Hello, Governor. So you were at the border on Friday. Of course, I'm going to mix my question here. Border and COVID vaccine. Do you see a surge of migrants coming across the border just to get the vaccine and diminish vaccine supplies that are now going to be available to everyone over 16 starting Wednesday?
What's happening at the border is a man-made crisis. It's a result of the Biden administration's poor communication in terms of what border policy is. There shouldn't be any politics involved in this. I think you're going to see both Democrats and Republicans saying that we need attention. Is the rise in fentanyl and methamphetamine that is coming across the border is of real concern. National security is an issue as well, because we don't know who is coming across the border, but it's also a humanitarian issue. This is a crisis-type situation in terms of what's happening with the crush of folks that are coming into our country, and this is happening during a global pandemic. So I don't know at least what the reporting I've seen, the briefings I've had, is not that folks are coming across for a vaccination. There's all kinds of different reasons why they're coming across. But it's because they think that the borders are open and that there are American rooms available. That's been the messaging coming out of the Biden White House, and it's not humanitarian. The measure of humanitarian policy is humanitarian results, and what's happening at the border is anything but humanitarian.
We have enough shots for all Arizonans then, regardless of whatever migrants might come across. So you mentioned there's a demand, no question, but do we have the supply? Because I know you and Dr. Chris and everyone in the state of Arizona is telling the Biden administration, just like every other state is doing, we need more shots, we need more vaccine. Is it coming fast?
Well, I've already spoken on the vaccines. I mean, we're going to expand our population from age 55 and older to age 16. We're doing that because we have supplies available. We have said to the Biden administration, we need people that are coming over the border to be tested. There are people that are coming over the border. They're testing positive. They're being put together with people that are not positive, and they're spreading the virus.
We have time for one more question. Let's go to Mark.
Thanks. Governor, on the border, you just mentioned to me a little bit ago that you have great communication between the president and the vice president on COVID. Is he listening to you now as it relates to the border, and what specifically do you want to see done? I mean, I know you had Senator from Florida here on Friday, but they're no longer in the majority on Homeland Security, so you're going to have to get Democrats buy-in as well. So what do you tell them?
So specifically what we need from the Biden administration, and I would say that they are not listening on this. They are not calling this what it is, which is a crisis. Even Secretary Mayorkas said this is the highest level of migration in the past 20 years. And we in Arizona know what we've dealt with just in the last decade on this issue. So we need clear communication from the administration, because what they see as compassionate communication has resulted in this crisis, and Arizona feels it first. So get your communication right, please. Second, we need resources. We need resources at the border. And we've been very specific to Secretary Mayorkas on that. And additionally, we need testing so that we can continue on the good path that we are on around the virus and COVID-19.
A small follow-up, Governor. The vast majority of people who are coming across are being returned under the previous violent protocol.
Bob, you're wrong. Bob, you're wrong. 58% of the people at the border are being let in to our country. Check the facts. We've got the numbers from CBP. They're not being returned. But the Biden administration has suspended Title 42. They have eliminated the Safe Third Country Act, and their policy has resulted in this open borders communication.
The vast majority are unaccompanied minors or family here, Governor. Not everyone else is being sent back.
Well, no, that's not accurate. That's not accurate because they've lifted the Remain in Mexico policy, the migrant protection protocols. So they're not being turned back. Some are being housed, and 58% of those groups are being let in.
Thank you all.
Thanks, everyone.
Good seeing you. God bless you. Yeah.
Such a blessing. Thank you.
Nice to see you again.
Here.